Yes, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again here to the ESL Meisterschaft CSGO Grand Final. It is that one, of course. I am Mitch Leslie here with Lauren Pansy Scott, and this is the English coverage, in case you were wondering, of course, of that tournament. And yes, we have finally got our two finalists. It is going to be LeiSuRe going up against aTTaX. Tweeday seems to think that Alternate are going to be far stronger than LeiSuRe in this one as well. I think it'd be a very close one, be very interesting, because in terms of the rankings through the cups, LeiSuRe is #1, aTTaX was #8. They almost didn't even manage to qualify for the finals. Okay. Although I think that's because they missed a couple cups here and there, or they got knocked out in the first round of the last cup, like to Eyes on You or something like that. I think they're still probably the other best team at these finals. I think they're better than the other guys, so it's just the way it all worked out.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it's going to be a little more one-sided, I think, than maybe you're hoping in this. I think you've got a lot of faith, Mitch, which I like. I appreciate you trying to bring us hope here in our last final moments, in our, quiet hours, let's call it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a little more one-sided. I think generally the men on the left, their aTTaX, will be just that touch stronger. Looking at how they played earlier, looking at what looks like their skill ceiling, at least at the moment, of their skill level, for me, they seem more well-rounded. I think LeiSuRe had a little bit of a more comfortable, let's say, route here. I'm not going to say, too much so. They had to go pretty far for it, but I don't think their opponent was quite as strong as aTTaX is.
Do you think Penta's stronger than Fabi?
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely quicker games for Alternate, at least. So I'd be interested to see where the proof in the pudding is here. I think if Light doesn't give me an aneurysm, it might be okay. Remember, Syken coming in as well as a stand-in for LeiSuRe here as well.
Yeah.
We saw no problems with him as well. I think he worked out generally, at least reached expectations, if not exceeded them for the most part. His first map of the entire day was stellar from him. He was top fragging by a country mile. And LeiSuRe looked pretty good on this map. We didn't see Alternate play it. This wasn't in the... did they play Cash? No, they didn't get to Cash in the last map if Penta didn't get wrecked. So, but yeah, LeiSuRe's Cash was pretty darn good. Obviously, their cobble was a bit more questionable, but they managed to bring it back in the later part as well. So, looks like teams are ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's Cash Dust 2 Cobble is what's on HLTV.
It's the same 3 maps. Okay, maybe throw Train in there and you have all the maps we've seen all day.
We'll see.
Where's the Mirage? Where's the Inferno? Where's the Overpass? It's
Great
Germany!
question, Mitch.
Overpass is Germany. What's going on with you guys? Okay.
Need to fix up and look a little more sharp. But it looks like we're ready for the knife to go pretty much right about now, so we can hop into that and have a little look to see how that goes down between these two. Side choice, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing Light actually come up against Kiev. That's going to be a really curious battle. I think Kiev's going to be far more punishing than what we saw previously. I think he's going to really actually make Light work of Light.
Well, they're talking about the stage lights in chat, I think.
How much they like them?
Well, they're saying I think the light is now brighter. Heller? I think that might be brighter, I'm not sure. Anyway. And they, so the players, they might be shining in their eyes as well. That's what they're talking about in chat. So.
Well, normally once the actual game goes live or comes close to going live, the lights actually do dim on stage. I think if most people go to the offline events as spectators, you kind of spot that out. But when you see it on the stream, you're like, wow, they're really bright. But that's because the camera shot's still on them, then they dim down. So hopefully that does actually happen. I'll imagine it does.
Either way, it's just Tizian. Left on his
Stop taking more time, Tizian. Okay, take more time. That's fine. Tizian, take all the time in the world, buddy. It's all yours. That sexy default knife. Look at that skin.
You can take this.
I don't know, man. Oh my god.
Oh, they tried to 2v1 him.
Oh, he did!
Yeah.
You're nuts, Tizian.
Because he had enough health. He had enough health for 2 right clicks before he died, I think, from the front. So. I don't actually think LeiSuRe knew that as well, which is the worst part. So there you go. The man wins the 1v2.
I told you aTTaX were way better.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Starting from the knife. I mean, look. Online, LeiSuRe have been better, to be fair. If I think about the maps they played, but we haven't seen... I think Inferno is where Alternate really struggled against LeiSuRe. Not going to see that in this series. I don't think they've played on... Yo.
I really liked your point, but did you ever notice these houses at the back here?
Did you see the Ferris wheel?
What? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know if you've seen that as well.
It reminded me of the one out of Call of Duty. Bad word, but it does, you know what I mean? In the...
I've actually, to be fair, and also, this is why I know those houses. I've cast this whole season of Meisterschaft. I've had plenty of time to zoom around the houses and have a look.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like every time I spawn, I'm obviously like looking here, like, oh, there's my lineup. But yeah, getting into the game, I never noticed those before. So there you go. It was like last week I realised. But we are live into this, and yeah, after that knife round, it looks like Alternate did go for the CT side, not too surprising. And the T side going for what looks like a one-man play towards mid, but ooh. Oh, hold on. I thought they were expecting that. I thought they were waiting on the other side, but no, actually Tizian's going to be peeking up and over, and Fladdy's going to just say hello there with a quick headshot, and that's going to be a nice little start to this one for the T side.
And now they're going to push out as well. Waste no time. It's going to be Faker over towards the side. There's not going to really be anyone there to receive. Alternate going to have to play the retake here. After, yes, losing that player in mid to the attempted counter boost situation. So let's see what they can do. I mean, look, to be fair, they've got a couple of flashes here to work with. KZY is toting them, and a smoke to cut some of the crossfire off, which is going to be really important when you come to pushing on towards the side. Just like that, you see the smoke there was there at the forklift, but Faker, though, is actually going to be able to get towards Crispy. But now the wheels are turning. Stefan just busting heads. And it's Vladirox, who is actually watching the flank now as well, and he will be watched.
And Stefan didn't even have armor then. He basically put himself right next to the bomb plant because he was one of the kits. So if he gets killed, at least it stays relatively close, so his teammates can pick it up really quickly and carry on with the
So he was supposed to die, essentially.
Well, I guess he was kind of fed to the wolves in a way, but you don't predict a player who has 0 armor to come up with those 3 headshots. At least the double on quad was really impressive. And if you take down one instantly, the other guy just kind of snaps at you, right? But
yeah.
Got away with it. So because the T-side got the plant, they go for a little bit of a more light purchase here. Keep themselves generally above 2k as much as you can see. Just so they can buy into the third, ideally. And now we're going to see a quick mid take. MNL going to try and abuse that again. So far doing well in mid, but losing out on the extremities here as there are a lot of rifles on the plate. MNL
pushing up very aggressively in mid. It's not going to work out. The Crispy was there to receive him. It's Sugar Cube, and the USP even comes out as well.
The Uspis.
All right, Alternate starting to show a bit of flair here. That was a very clean round, despite what LeiSuRe tried to throw in the mix. Trying to get up aggressive in mid. They're not losing any plays there. And this is definitely going to be an interesting game. I look forward to see that first gun round come out as well, because that's where LeiSuRe started to build some momentum in their cobble game. But Alternate have looked pretty squeaky clean so far.
Yeah, and because of how quick, clean and quick, I guess, that previous round was, there's very limited fallback plan here for the T side. So you only got one molly, one smoke. It's going to be one big play coming out, basically, and it looks like they want to get that mid presence, and that's going to be pretty much, who is that? That's Light up there taking the initial challenge. No surprise there if you saw the other games.
Is that an incorrectly thrown molly, by the way? The fact that Light could even stand there, or is that the same spot?
Hit and miss. You can do the proper molly, but then you have to expose yourself slightly longer to mid. So maybe they just wanted to ensure they didn't stick out too long and just kind of rushed it. So yeah, you can always, most of the time, you can always boost up slightly on the ledge anyway. So looking at this LeiSuRe, how are they approaching this? So they've got a bit of a passive play towards main, but staying close for information. On the other side, aTTaX focusing heavily towards mid. So 2 players on highway, giving up A control, but kind of keeping watch, so always playing retake almost. So they'll just keep that in mind, which isn't a bad plan, but with 4 players left for the T side, they're going to have to really work to get themselves into this now.
So, I mean, without stretching the analogy too far, we've seen NIP really favour the full retake on A on this map in recent times as well. They've just stepped right back and allowed to be taken. Now the bomb to go down, but maybe KZY has a couple of words to say about that one there as well, as he catches Faker as he pushes across and then gets on towards Syken as well. Traded back though, at least Light can pick him up, but 3 players still up for Alternate here. Mind you, LeiSuRe buying into this round here. Have 2 AKs left to work with. Bombed down as well. They need more. They need the round win here as well, especially after this investment. They're up against 3.
It's possible there's a UMP up here. This is not ideal. And actually, Light's gone and found Stefan. And there you go. Vladdy's found his form. It's all onto Tizian. And he's got pretty much caught. So, with, what, 8 HP left, they actually close out the round. Really well played by them in the end.
So when you do this, when you play for a retake on A, like Alternate are on the CT side, you are going to allow bombs to be planted. And they did that. And as a result, they allowed LeiSuRe to buy round 3. Right. Sometimes, if you prevent that from happening, teams have to actually wait even longer or get something pretty crappy in that 3rd round. But LeiSuRe had enough to work with there quite easily. And with 2 players, they managed to win the 2v3 scenario with the bomb down as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's always counter-arguments for the whole idea of retaking and allowing bombs to be planted, giving that extra money over to the T sides. But LeiSuRe at least have managed to get themselves their first here. But enforcing that last round, Faker still has to save. I guess he's only got himself for Tech 9 at this stage, and that's all he's really working with.
Yeah, a little bit close for money. As I said, these rounds have been close. They've not been clear-cut here for LeiSuRe, even with those bomb plants. So keeping the economy fairly low. Ultimately going to be able to buy up anyway, so Keeve's got himself on the glass cannon, so that's a nice addition I'm hoping to see. And this looks like that mid to B split that we saw, or at least discussed in the first time we saw LeiSuRe, and it was received pretty well. You can see the updated vents there being used well and kind of painted red by Stefan, and LeiSuRe's blood just kind of lining the halls, and the 3 left on the T side will have to make their play come through now.
It's going to be a smoke up towards upper there as well, but Tizian's going to be there. MNL at least can respond towards Key, but there's still the problem of Crisby and Tizian on that site, but they're going to push across regardless. Ladderox, we've seen him do this time and time again. He loves pushing up towards headshot, but Tizian there, good timing. He had a player at upper as well to watch him push across there, so it was always going to be essentially a foregone conclusion. Now MNL just has to try and win out the trade there as well, but through the smoke, Tizian can still spray at him, and KZY from above, it's going to be easy as you like, and Alternate will get their third there after allowing LeiSuRe back in a little bit. They did have to buy up, I believe, 2 AKs and a Tech 9 in that last round, so yeah, they'll have to behave.
Yeah, they could get a deagle or two. Well, yeah, one pretty much, maybe a flash, maybe P250 on MNL. He's got a deagle, excuse me, already. So yeah, a deagle or two is exactly what I meant at the start. A P250 there and then a Glock. So the best scenario here, obviously around in the best way, would be a plant. So see if they can do that, if they get that free step towards A. I want to see how alternate attacks approach their anti-ecos. Do they become more present towards the site? Do they play a little more closely? Well, the answer so far seemingly seems yes. KZY is actually on the site this time. And look at that nice little move there between the two. The timing on that is basically to bait out the shot, and the guy coming out from Squeaky gets the kill, and there you go. You've had it absolutely perfectly in front of you, and they have control of the A site. The Molly's getting a little bit roasty, but MNL trying to plant for main. It's just on the corner, so can, I think, be defused by default, but that's beyond the point. The deagle is what's really the case here. Syken finally makes his presence known to the server. He
was on the move as well. He was moving towards that forklift, and he just stopped, I guess, mid-step and just took the shot there as well. So he's going to even things up here, but Tizian's just going to make that a little bit harder now. MNL actually going to push the smoke here. Not ideal. Keeve was waiting. He backed up. He allowed Tizian to go forward there, and that will be the defuse.
Yep. Great round, though. Bomb plant, so many dead. Really, really nice.
Look, you say this for LeiSuRe. They are getting plenty of bomb plants here. So, and that can, I mean, remember, off the back of just a bunch of pistols bought up, Deagle and PT50 and all that, now they can buy in properly. Light has himself an AWP. Pretty much everything LeiSuRe need here as well. But those rounds definitely do need to start falling in their favor. But now at least they have the tools to make that happen.
Yeah, he is a glass cannon, so not perfect, but as you said, this is as close as you're going to get at this point if you're especially 4-1 down. And he's going to go towards Squeaky. Interesting way of playing it. Sort of going for that one. And again, look at it, only one player on A. Alternate attacks are pretty regimented in this. They seem to be more present, as said, on the anti-ecos, but this is an A hit. You've got the two kind of looking towards mid, unless they fake it out. The bomb is with MNL. He's predicting maybe a counterplay up on the boost. And look at this play from alternate attacks. They're starting to stack out the site as well.
KZY and Crisby starting to come forward. Actually might fancy something here inside A main. They flash 2 players, and Crisby got to get himself 2 as well. MNL trying to just salvage the situation by coming up and see if he can at least trade something goes down as well. So that's just a nightmare start for LeiSuRe in this round. They really needed to win this one. This is when they had all the guns, and they're going to be crushed.
And the problem now being players pushing into main means that Light's escape is not so easy because they can get there pretty fast. They already won out of mid, so actually the CT side's pretty close by, and he's going to have to fight pretty hard to even stay alive in that. So he will get picked up, and the AWP will be gone. So LeiSuRe's A hit then kind of thwarted by, well, a little bit of A main aggression.
Yep.
The deep flash comes in. It's KZY and Crisby who went on that one. Last time it was KZY who came up with the kills. This time it's Crisby. And it works out really well. It forces LeiSuRe back down to the pistols again. They got pretty close last time hitting A, but I wonder if they're going to be allowed to get away with that now.
And this is a LeiSuRe that's not being allowed to settle or to find their own rhythm here as well. It always seems to be alternate actually coming forward and deciding when the fights happen on their own terms in the locations that they deem to be most fit. So this time, I think the stack in A main is going to be enough for LeiSuRe to prevent any early aggression in there. But there's no one from alternate that's going to do that. KZY doesn't really want to come forward. He's going to sit back, and now here comes the push out. He's going to go down, jump towards the red box, and there come the shots, and they're brilliant. KZY gets himself 2, and so does Crisby. The hold is just a vice grip on this A site. Oh, hardly breaking a sweat there, KZY and Crisby. Just mow them down.
Yeah.
LeiSuRe waste no time and buy him back up now as well. Now, starting to get serious.
Again, Light still doesn't have armor. I'd be pretty frustrated if I was him. It's just like, come on, let me please.
Can't get any momentum.
Get that. Yeah, look at these kills. Excuse me. It's not like they're doing awfully. It's just they're just getting wrecked by Crisby. Look at this guy, 12-3 so far. Not a chance in hell.
Double molly.
And there is a smoke that I think goes up there, or it just formed really weirdly. I don't know how that worked.
I think, yeah, the top plume of it extinguished.
Oh, that smoke
molly?
down there put out the
Possibly,
molly?
yeah.
Wow, okay. All right, this is a chance for Light, though. There's a big stack towards mid. It's Syken to get the first, though.
Well, Light was there for the shot anyway. He's already taking a bit of damage, and Casey White tries to take a challenge in mid. A wide peek out from the Sugar Cube is not going to work in his favour, and now Syken is going from one to the other. He's like the Tarzan of fragging, really, just swinging in between them now, and he's gotten himself in a very deep position up at that truck, but Kiev and Stefan have made themselves fairly scarce over at B.
Saves the weapons. They can go for it, but there's no real point.
Got a lot of money.
The thing is as well, if you give people like young up-and-coming players kills, like Light and such, they're going to sit there and get more and more confident, right? So you almost don't want to do that. You almost want to try and avoid that as much as you possibly can. Just don't feed them kills.
Like the psychological value that even just getting an eco-frag is. I mean, to be fair, if you didn't get pumped up from eco-frags, Happy wouldn't like playing CS at all.
Well, this is the thing. It was something that players discussed. I think it was Freiburg or I think it was Freiburg who said it, that some players, need those eco frags. Some players need to get them to feel confident to, feel like they're having a good game. Whereas others just sit there like, well, I got the important one. It doesn't really matter. It's a mentality thing. Some players do respond better, and the way Light plays, he looks like one of those players who needs that sort of style, who needs that sort of confidence boost. So yeah, that sounds weird, like he needs a confidence boost, but it is. You get starting to feel like you're doing better and better, and you take these shots and these risks. So yeah, it's player to player. It's very unique. And we are seeing that boost again. Keep just above the smoke. You can see towards boost. It's a nice way to approach, actually, the mid issue. That if a T team is always doing the mid smoke there, you can just see above it. That's really, really cool. But a slow one from LeiSuRe, and I think Keev's going to be challenged out here a little bit. Let's see what he can bring to this round. He's actually going to walk away from it. So not outstaying his welcome, not willing just to challenge out Light for the sake of it, looking for a new angle.
I mean, Light wasn't even playing mid, that's the thing. He's sitting in spawn, again, like he did in the first match against Fab, actually, as well. Yeah. Super passive, but it's always going to pick you up a kill if someone's, roaming in towards B main. But Stefan's made the correct decision and has actually smoked B main as he's gone out to check it because he wanted to secure Sunroom, I think, and maybe even go there himself. So he's done well, but there's Kiev in mid. Picks up MNL easily enough now as well. It looks like Syken's going to go for it anyway. Kiev is already backed all the way back to A, all the way back. So we might actually be able to see some push through the vents here as well. So Kiev and KZY have to come back pretty darn quickly, but Light hasn't really opened things up at all. Stefan wasn't punished for pushing out a B main earlier in the round because he had the smoke to protect him. Yeah,
and it's going to cost time here. LeiSuRe need to clear that as well. You can see them slowly taking their time here, bringing it down to 30 seconds. Already 4 players from Alternate are waiting on this site.
Stefan going to get the first one as well. Not the second. Faker, though, able to respond from Checkers. Tizian thinks twice about throwing himself into the fire here as well, as his Vladarok's just getting a bit toasty himself. He goes low, and that was a nade to follow it up. He goes down to 14. Plants the bomb, though, at least. Now, Faker and Syken are in position to cover him to a degree, but the nade is going to clean up Vladarok, so Faker gets the double there. That's exactly what he want to do. He's out in the open, and KZY eventually going to cut him down, but Syken was looking for a flank. He was expecting some presence coming from vents, but now he might be able to get the spray to the head. Crispy falls down, and looked like a very, very tough round for LeiSuRe to win. They were definitely behind the 8 ball, but they win that one out, and they've got enough money to go again.
Yeah, I really like their B hits. Considering Alternate aTTaX read that pretty early on, the smokes, the pacing, they basically smoked it out, hit the brakes for a second. Made them kind of like outthink it, overplay it, consider, do I go through the smoke, do I not? That sort of thing really seemed to catch off Alternate aTTaX, so actually may not... it may not have... I don't know, that was actually just really impressive stuff. Now, Light, look at him, more confident going for these fights. It may not be the right idea. Kiev is so desperate for a chance of this. You can see him desperately trying to find that little pixel just above the smoke. And he gets it. There you go. Kiev was dying for that chance. And now KZY might be the last standing bastion of this A site for now, but he's certainly got company coming soon.
I think nothing will make Kiev happy than smashing Light at LAN. I think that the rivalries between these local teams are pretty darn strong.
Yeah.
And Alternate are looking pretty good so far as well. So already Light off the table. Well, I don't know. No AWP player left for LeiSuRe here as well. It's also essentially unrecoverable if they want to, unless they want to boost themselves up and put themselves at risk of also falling foul of Kiev. So they've got to let that one go, actually, just try and work with these rifles on A. Crispy and Tizian are going to be waiting at Highway, so that smoke there is going to cut them off, but it will allow them to get position at Forklift. And that could be dangerous, as Crispy's also on the rafters. And here come the peaks, and they're damn good from Alternate. They've got this one on lockdown. Crispy with 3, and that's with a famous, this beautiful spray transfer. MNL can only get himself one before KZY puts this one to bed.
Yeah, no one even looking towards upper. Then they didn't have enough smokes to even cover it off. Normally you can do one from the further back. You can drop it over and it hits off that little lip on the edge of the balcony and it creates a smoke there. But again, not checking that. You kind of get caught up in the cross. He played it really nicely. He was supporting in Highway first, then adapted towards the upper balcony. And just
I think up is such a good spot as well because vertical angles are always
favourable to hitboxes, right?
And you don't really want to look up either as well sometimes when you push these sites. It's quite distracting to have to use the Y-axis on your mouse.
And the only issue really that comes from that is when you see players starting to split through through Squeaky. But the only player who'd been doing that was Light, and he was already dead, so it's a really nice assumption. But here we go, straight into this one. Already a bit of one-for-one trade, and someone snuck up mid there pretty early on. Who is that?
It's MNL.
There we go.
Who's sitting at Sugar Cube and actually didn't challenge. I'm pretty sure he would have heard plenty of sound, but I mean, you can see he'd love that close range shot to the head with the P250, an easy enough finish after that. Syken actually got a deagle shot through mid. I think there was someone sitting at sandbags, I think, because Kiev was in mid with the AWP and chose to back away over towards that B side. So we've seen how well LeiSuRe's late round B hits can be, but they don't really have the guns to make this one convincing for me.
No, I think I'm with you in that one. Vladdy was previously one of the heroes of those rounds. He's not really had much of a chance there here. And again, even just finding Tizian, not too bad. Their money was kind of screwed anyway, so they had to do this. So, you know, you make the best of it as you can. And you just kind of suffer the round loss at the point. But let's kind of look at the scoreboard as well, because at the moment, it is the Crispy Show. And KZY, to be fair. So these guys pulling the way. I was excited to see Kiev, but he's just been doing the kind of, all right, I'll pick up a kill here. One there. You know, they're very like run-of-the-mill kills, but they're important to the round.
Light doesn't like peeking mid with an AWP on this map. He won't do it. I mean, this round he'll go. He's only got a Galil though, but normally he'll sit and spawn or go for a B pick or something like that. Kiev loves mid. He loves mid. He loves to peek that as well. Crispy's actually been the secondary player through, but there's Kiev. He's going to get one. This could be Guardian all over again. Will it be the same? He's going to be forced away from the smoke there as well. Get back onto the site. No, Vladdy catches him.
Yeah, just gets caught out in the end by the quick play from Vladdy, trying to work off the pressure that was mounting, but here comes a split, straight in through the vents. It's going to be Tizian going in there, finds the bomb. Stefan found Faker. It's Syken all alone, feeling very lonely right now. Last time he did clutch one of these rounds. I, however, don't feel that this could be that moment. And Tizian just kind of confirms my worries there.
Do you remember that Guardian round from Checkers with the AWP?
Yes.
Nutty.
Oh, dude, I want to watch that again. Can I just have tab out and watch that?
It was in the last play day of the Pro League, I think. Me and you casting that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I broke the mic, I think.
I think both of us just like losing our mind.
Anyway, it was a very similar situation for those that were wondering. Guardian was being pressed on by like 5 people and gets an ace from Checkers. It's just so sick. The stuff dreams are made of, but unfortunately, Key not able to replicate that. Still, his team won the round. That's all you can really ask for. Now, LeiSuRe are rushing B, and they're probably not stopping. Unfortunately, that decision may just be up to Alternate as they are just spraying them down. A hail of bullets meets them as Syken now going to go over the fire, and Kiev so just wrecks him.
Look at it. Stefan, Kiev, Tizian, all really low, like one shot away from basically dying. They're like, I tagged them so low. No one's there to kill him anymore. It sucks, but it's the way it goes. Light funny as an AWP with armor. I'm hyped, Mitch. I believe.
I hope so. We could see LeiSuRe put up a little bit more of a fight towards the end of this half. I mean, on the T side as well. I mean, only 3 rounds. Not what you want.
Not great.
Now, where does Light go with it? That's a question. I mean, to be fair, every time he's peaked boost, Kiev has smashed him. So that might have been half the reason why he's not peaking mid very much, but he's going to have a crack at it now. Maybe he can bait Syken up there. Well, let's hope he gets the bait. No, didn't work out. Oh, there's someone below him. It's not working out for this man right now, let's be honest. Syken mustn't have known that Tizian was below, or maybe that maybe Light didn't know that either, because he just got 2 of the easiest frags of his career. And now the smoke away as well in mid means he can just back away and let LeiSuRe lick their wounds and just contemplate what they've lost in that round. Yeah,
individually, again, they're still operating. You can see the great aim that's coming out from these guys, but it's just not able to string together to anything. They actually look nervous coming into this, if I'm honest. They don't look like the team that they were previously, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, this is, I think, what Tweeday predicted, what I think most of us predicted. I predicted quite a harsh game. Maybe they'll just pick it up on the CT side once they get rolling if they pick up the pistol. But it's still pretty harsh, and MNL isn't known for his AWPing.
You're not holding that gun, not now. Oh dear.
If he pulls off the 1v4, I'll eat my hat. Please don't you dare. Someone please kill him soon. Stop toying with your food. Thank you. Burn, baby, burn. Here we go. Hell. Stop.
That was not pretty.
No.
What was that? Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
I need a Lauren soundboard, I do. I want to kick it off with the RPK, the wall surf. That's going to be in there as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
that as well. Nice. maybe some tilt as well.
You know, when I was young, I apparently used to say nice a lot. You know, that was my word rather than like cool or something. It was like, oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
surprised I had friends. Yeah, going into the last round though, last round of the first half, should I say, it's pretty much buy everything you can and try and work with it. So I'd like them to do an A-hit, but they need all their kind of faculties in the right place, and they just never seemingly have that. They need the squeaky presence to stop someone like Crispy just getting up on towards the upper catwalk. They need the smoke there. They need
light to not
all.
die in the first 5 seconds of the round. That would be also be good.
Yep.
Well, not this time. Alta look super strong right now, really, on this map. I've seen them play online. Honestly, like, I thought they should be here, and I definitely thought they should at least be in the semis, but this is a step above for them, really. I mean, these guys, don't get me wrong, they won last year. I'm pretty sure it was Killerfish who won. I mean, I might be wrong. Could have been Penta in that game.
Who knows what players won, though? That's the thing.
No, well, yeah, it was. Yeah, I know, but these guys played for Killerfish. They were in the grand final of the last one. Okay, then.
What a sexy shot. This has become possible, Mitch.
No.
They don't know him for his one-taps, though.
But they will. They will, Lauren. 12-3, half-time. And, yeah, very, very, very lackluster performance from LeiSuRe here as well, getting to the grand final after some solid CS up against Fabi, now to turn around and have a 3-round T-side hit. I'll say it again. 3-round T-side here. Yeah. And, of course...
iPhone Lewis here.
Of course...
Sorry.
I have been told by the admins that there will be a small break here at halftime again. So we are going to do just that, ladies and gentlemen. Have a quick break at halftime as well. And when that's done, we will return with the second half of this first map. Enjoy. Don't go too far. Get settled here. Let's see if LeiSuRe can actually make a comeback. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed your halftime break and you've had a chance to just decompress and reset a little bit now, as well as hopefully LeiSuRe have had a similar opportunity to do so, because it was a very, very unconvincing performance from their T-side on cash. A lot to be desired. Definitely a lot of rounds to be recovered.
Yeah, they picked up, what, 3 in the end? Something along those lines? Not great, not in a grand final. Considering this was cash, where I started to think, all right, these guys got a little something building for them. This is not the picture you want to be seeing. This was the map they picked up, if I'm not mistaken, in their semi-final. So yeah, this doesn't translate well for this game, but we are back live into the second half. Once again, apologies for the slightly extended break, but as said, we're refreshed now, we're ready for this one. We can see what we have in store. Alternate just need to kind of go through the motions at this point, and I think KZY and Co are predicting that early aggression from maybe MNL here, and he could get punished by that. He might be fended off, yeah, definitely dinked down, needs to back away. So already alternate attacks with that posture of, okay, they might be going for aggressive, trying to be cheeky, they've got nothing to lose. Be ready. The first time I'm seeing a molly on both sides, on T and CT. That's quite unique in a pistol round as well.
Well, so far, Alternate haven't really made any huge progress. I mean, set the damage on the MNL as he was looking for something over towards that A side now. So still undecided by the looks of things, and Alternate happy to play on this one fairly slow. This is normally how LeiSuRe would like to play out their rounds. I mean, we saw Alternate do this a lot in their last series, of course. And in a round like this, it's important. They can close the game up, essentially, with a win in this round. So they're not going to take any prisoners. And, well, they want to push towards B. There's a gap in the Molotov. I think that might allow them to get around that one. And Light needs to be pretty quick to respond to this one. He's got Vladirox on the site with him. And Light's going to open up with the first one here as well. Faker gets there as well. And the entirety of LeiSuRe are ready to defend this one. And they do. Oh, they do indeed. Casey White gets a quick double before he goes down. But LeiSuRe hold fast, they dig in their heels, and they get themselves the pistol. You
know what? I'm going to give credit to Light for that round. He held his nerve long enough to keep that flash to hand, not get out too early. He took a little bit of an extra peek around, see if anyone's actually pushed the kind of foyer area pushing towards B, rather than being in checkers, because that flash is useless if it's in checkers. But he just saw, okay, they're coming now. They've got to hit the site. Everyone starts running in, hits the flash perfectly, and they're completely blinded. Really nicely done by him, allowing that team to kind of close out the other rounds, or the other kills, excuse me. And we'll have to see how they recover now for LeiSuRe. How do they build off this? It's still a long time in the making. MNL's just spraying him wildly. Why not, hey? I know you can wallbang through that. I don't know if you can do it with the P90, but...
He's going to try and at least dish away any further aggression coming through that door there. I think it was KZY. Yeah, he's just opened that one up now as well. So I mean, that P9 is going to be pretty deadly when things get up close and personal, but Syken is able to do a heck of a lot of work with the Famis from Upper. We saw a similar thing from Alternate. I think it was Crisby, actually, in that first half. And now, Kiev, on his own in this one, is invariably Alternate were going to be gunned down as well with the SMGs of Leisure.
Yep. Didn't quite get those plants in that maybe they'd hoped for, but still did all right in the end. Got a couple of kills, making it mildly costly, excuse me. However, now 12-5, Leisure starting to make things look maybe more respectable, I guess. You know what I mean? It's again, it's like trying to find that little bit of recovery. So if you look at the scoreline back, you're like, it was fine, guys. It was fine. No, we'll see. We'll see if they keep building like this. It's a really good start. But for Alternate, they have a lot of rounds to play with. So again, keep your eyes on that once it comes in towards the gun rounds. Sadly, the SMGs here not getting the kills. I can imagine MNL and Syken are like, please, let me build my money. But in the end, it was Vladdy to come out with the kills and a couple of others to spot Faker and White there. So this is the gun round. This is the big one to be looking at. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, if Leisure are going to make anything out of those last 3 rounds, if they're going to make winning the pistol mean anything at all, they've got to come off the back of this one. This needs to be their springboard into a strong CT side. Alternate, though, again, to be fair, we haven't really seen too much from them on the T side as well. They haven't really been able to show us too much interesting as well. They haven't had the guns ready to make it work. So let's see what they do here as well. Mid presence by the looks of things now. Maybe almost knowing that Light's not a huge fan of just hanging around in mid. Light's actually gone towards B, going from an early peak. KZY actually cleverly avoiding being caught. So now this A presence for Alternate could be converted into something here. That smoke's still in the way at A, mate.
All right, so we've got the run boost coming out. It's going to place...
Oh my god, KZY just wrecked Light there on the B side. He had an AWP as well.
Oh, rip. That's not how you want to start things. Yeah, actually, Alternate just finding frags here. This is not how it's meant to go. You're not meant to be able to just like slowly walk into a site and just like disassemble it piece by piece unless you get right. That's not what you're meant to be able to do here. So Faker's just kind of left standing like, well, should I stay or do I need to move? Guys, what's happened? If only he knew.
Oh, man. KZY's taken no damage for that as well. Just sick patience and great peaks from B main. It's just... Oh, Leisure trying to get aggressive. They're just trying to close this one out. Or no, they're trying to make up these rounds and shut this round down.
No!
Oh, they are not Korean mechanics. I'm sorry. It's MNL and Syken now left on their own. And
that sucks.
Kiev got the AWP, by the way. So, man. That was the one, obviously, that was brought up by Light in this round. And this is a terrible round for Leisure. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad. I mean, this is the way it's worked. It's been a nightmare for them, really. Things have taken a turn for the more diabolical, and they've only got 2 players left to work with. And KZY, just solid as a rock. Still, this man doesn't take damage. He's already got 2 kills. Finally, Syken shuts him down.
Yeah, he turned off God mode just to be kind to the others at that point. Crisby looking for just holding the angle pretty much. He can't really challenge himself, obviously, down on 12 HP, so just wait and see if anyone pushes past. And this is like a stalemate. But yeah, I don't know what happened with Faker then. He had the perfect opportunity. I know he wanted to get the drop on one, literally, but he didn't have to fall off the edge of it. It's just like, no. And they're so desperate to get these guns away, and that's because... I want to see the money at the end of this. I think they can still... Well, it's Light who's kind of screwed here, if anyone. So it's to be able to drop people out more than anything. At this point, they can still drop people out. On the CT side, it's not ideal. But yeah, Light's the one who's kind of money screwed right here.
I think Light actually bought armor and helmet in the last round as well, so it wasn't even like he was dicing with death on like a glass cannon build, but alright. Are you forcing this?
Double AWP as well, okay. Have we actually seen a double AWP coming out from Leisure
Not
before?
from Leisure, no.
Because it's always just been, it's Light, you know, predominantly, so
no,
okay.
Leisure won't do it normally. So I don't really know what to make of this one, to be fair with you. I mean, we see Fab do it quite a lot, actually, play double AWP, but... No, this is not really common to see from Leisure. We haven't seen it today, at least. Faker with AWP. Maybe on Mirage when he plays B, I guess.
Okay.
Because Faker and Vladarox are the B players for Leisure on Mirage, but I don't know. Not sure what to make of that one here. I mean, the proof really is in the pudding. That's all we kind of care about at this stage, whether these kills are actually going to work or not. But at least they can have an AWP at either site. That is something.
Yeah, and it will come down to at least hitting the main AWPer, I guess you could call it at this point. Vladdy's quite close by, so he'll be playing kind of on the edge of the smoke, making sure he's safe. They feel pretty secure in mid, one, because Syken's there. He's still holding the push, so you can see players like Vladdy being able to put themselves in this position. No flash left though, so pretty much depending just on purely hitting shots, and that's a good start. Like it to find Tizian, and Light finds some more.
Yeah, Light gets his second there as well. Keith gets involved, he gets with the Vladarox and tags Light down quite low. The flash is not going to assist things there for Light. He couldn't see the wood for the trees, or at least couldn't make the shot, but now Psyche's got himself on an upper, but KZY cuts him off at the knees, and now we have the 3v3. Oh, there, Stefan is not happy. He's typing in chat. He be mad. Light with 2. His opposite number has got himself a couple as well, but that bomb is down and ticking.
Yeah, so Crispy's watching the back push. Basically, the bomb not quite planted for him either, so he's just going to be buying time, stopping that cross. KZY baiting out on the side, does it well. MNL gets found, and there you go. Light's the last man standing. He's going to be kicking himself, because he's sat there going, guys, I got the 2 big kills. We were meant to have this. What the hell happened? And now he's screwed. Now he's going to be chased down. And he can't escape this.
No.
Oh, that's awkward.
G'day, mate. Yeah, he knows it's done. And to be fair,
Run, Light.
do Leisure double eco after this now? How badly do they force is my big question here, because I know that they...
Yeah, they're going to have to eco.
Yeah, not double though, fortunately, at least. I wasn't sure about the situation. So, okay, not great.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's 14-6. Like, what do? You play for the win, not for the draw in games like this, so... Really? MNL AWPing? All right. Light does not want a bar of that.
You get this round, MNL.
Light does not want a bar of that. It's like, I'm done, boys. I've got 2
It's like
frags
when
to
Happy
work out.
starts opening and Kenny's there just like, okay.
Yeah. Because Happy, no success baiting Devil out every round, so give me an AWP, boys.
Oh, look at Stefan. Look at this position. If he just peeks out a little.
Super passive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tizian gets psyching
So
in mid.
keen.
Tizian just peaked, I think, he's on top of the red container, or? Yeah.
They're expecting the push up mid, basically. This is the complete anti-mid play unless you do the double smoke. It's just sitting back saying, all right, you're going to push up main? Okay, Stefan's got you. They're ignoring boost, which is the one thing. So Stefan might just check it on the way out, but they can't really see. So there's still a danger here. There's still an element that if they hear steps, Faker can do something.
They won't know that MNL has an AWP here as well. I think
won't.
Alternate should expect Leisure to just have pistols and nothing else. So that explains why they're playing this way, playing for longer angles as well. The second MNL pops someone, they're going to know about it, but Faker's actually got the counter boost here up behind Tizzy, but he made sound and he's going to be caught. That's not going to work out at all. And now it's only MNL over at A, has the AWP, fires the shot, gives away the game. But Stefan will fall at least, but now they know he has the AWP over there. They know that Leisure probably has a limited number of AWPs they could buy into this round, so they're going to go where MNL is not.
And Light's going to go, guys, please, I heard the vent break, don't rotate. Bloody come back. But he at least got 1 on the way, that was the bomb, so it does slightly slow down the progression, but smoked out, outnumbered, and the clock's about to be against them, so it's not going to be a great situation for the CTs here.
Not even remotely. KZY going to be going for the plant here, and MNL has the AWP still. Actually has some armor to back it up, so it could be a lot worse. But again, aTTaX are going to make themselves so scarce on this site. KZY is on the bomb site. Kiev, of course, is in checkers, and Tizian's underneath the rafters there as well. So they've got all their cover. Vladarox wants to push the site, and well, Kiev's going to be there, right? From main, there's another player as well. Now they're going to chase after MNL. He'd like to hold this AWP for one last round. And
what is that movement, MNL? He's hitting every object. Just. Oh, God.
I think by now you're tilting, right? Like your team's... Like, if Light's not AWPing in this round, if makes MNL or has MNL do it, I just don't know. There's going to be Kiev coming around for long as well. They want that AWP.
It ain't going to last. Kiev, you going to do it? Oh, MNL, okay.
Shh. Get wrecked.
Get shh.
That's... I was going to say get shut down, but it doesn't have the real impact, you know?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Get shut down.
Get
Yeah.
shut down.
You got to limit your syllables. Wrecked is just so packaged up in one syllable. It's
yeah,
such
but
a
I think
punchy
he was
word.
on his AWP as well, which makes it even better. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's on the side.
Yeah,
of
he tried to bunny hop around a corner, and it was just like a no-scope
I
shot.
think he's got the get wrecked sticker on that.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
think
that's
so.
nice.
On the barrel.
Man,
I
you
think it is.
didn't have the get shut down sticker, so it wouldn't have worked. Okay.
All right, what can you do? The B hit's coming in. It looks like aTTaX is just throwing it again, like at throwing stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. Whoa, I almost went there.
It's like feeding time at the baboon pen.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like rush B. It's fine. We can isolate the orb. Shh, go, 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 go. That's exactly what they've done. Eagle comes out to play. Light's doing some good damage, but it's not good enough at this point as it's 15-6, Mitch. aTTaX just need that one more round.
Faker, Faker, Mr. Playmaker.
Oh, don't be that guy.
Let's see. Let's see. 1v3. Got an AWP and 2 AKs to go up against. He's got a couple of flashes as well that are in the hands of Tizian and Crispy. So he'd be struggling here as well. There's nothing to work with, essentially. I don't even know if there's anywhere he can salvage MNL's AWP. I think he was in B main or something ridiculous. So,
yeah.
oh well, fair enough. He'll get spotted out, and alternate will finish it off there. That is a convincing map victory there as well over LeiSuRe, who looked very good. I personally touted them, Lauren, to be favourites here in this matchup. Alternate have showed up, and you know, just because you come 8th in the season and almost avoid qualification to the finals doesn't mean you can't turn it on when it comes to LAN.
That's the thing. I think we've got some really experienced players here who don't feel that big pressure. They don't get too, you know what I mean? Like, they don't get that little bit of
absolutely.
Like nervousness. You look at Light and you look at Keeve. Now, Keeve had a very quiet game, but he was delivering when he needed to. You look at Light, he looked a little bit like, oh, I need to make sure I'm working here. I need to make sure I'm in this. And it just didn't work out for him in the end. There were some moments where, sure, you're like, oh, damn, they've got something here. But it just fizzled away to nothing, considering the first half only had 3 rounds, and then obviously the second half didn't go much better. Not a great game and not a great start, and if that's where you're going to set the bar, I don't know what we're going to see for the rest of this.
Yeah, this was a map that I really thought we'd see LeiSuRe show up on. Considering that we didn't see them play Dust 2 in the other series, I assume they probably didn't want to play it much either, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's really going to ban Dust 2 out like that. Not German teams anyway, I could be wrong. But we are 1 map down. We are in a best-of-3 here as well, so it could be alternate to bring it back and just clean them up. It could be a 2-0, or maybe LeiSuRe can make the comeback in the second map. It'll be Dust 2, it'll be after the break. It'll be right here, so don't go too far, and we'll be back with you shortly.